How's it going, guys? My name's Garrett, and I wanted to talk about a movie I saw the other day. It's called Soul by Pixar, and it's on Disney Plus right now. It's new since Christmas time, and my friends and I just watched it the other day. And there was one aspect of it that I wanted to talk about. But first, basically, if you haven't seen it, if you don't want spoilers, then go watch it, or go watch a trailer of it or whatever. If you're already caught up, then spoiler beware or whatever. Um, Basically, the movie is about a gentleman who is a piano player, a jazz piano player, played by Jamie Foxx. And in a turn of events, he sees the other side as far as like possibly what is going on after death or before life or the whole shebang. That's very, very deep concepts. So I don't want to spend too much time really diving into that. But what I do want to talk about is in the story, there's a concept that they use called the spark. And the spark is essentially like what is inspiring to the soul before, and the souls need to find this spark before they can go to earth and be alive. Um, and it's a wonderful concept in a way to bring to life our understandings of like inspiration and art and um, all of those just like super wide concepts that are huge. But there's one aspect of it that I wanted to address because in the story, they all have to find one spark. And that is something that I find somewhat misleading because, in all honesty, life isn't about finding one single spark, in my opinion. Life is about finding everything as our spark. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of passions, there's a lot of pathways that we can choose in life, and no single one of them has to be more or less important than anything else. In my own life, I have found my spark in sports, in basketball and skiing and riding bicycles and water skiing and jets, a whole bunch of different skiing and I've found my spark in things like art in the form of photography and drawing and pyrography. If you're interested in that, I've got pyrography videos. And dancing and singing and writing song lyrics and I found my spark in general imagining, like just sitting there and thinking about wild stories and wild adventures. I'm sitting here looking at a map right now of the world, and just you know different trips come to mind of like paddling along the Amazon and seeing a caiman and a jaguar and things. And like back to the point, like I think Disney and Pixar and everyone involved did an amazing job creating such an uplifting movie about like passion and the soul and how we connect with each other on deeper levels than just buying goods from each other and going to dinner with each other and doing things like that. I just wanted to say this because for people like younger audiences, it could be misleading in the essence of teaching them to find one single thing. And I think that is, for lack of a better term, I think that's incorrect because I honestly, truly, sincerely think that life is about finding everything as our spark. From the moment we wake up and feeling our body and like sitting there in bed, like before we want to get out of bed, having our ability to just sense our body and move it. And if we can find that as our spark of just being so invigorated about life just because we're alive simply. And then every single moment after that, like when we get up and whatever your daily morning routine is, I really enjoy a little bit of exercise and eating breakfast and taking a shower and listening to music and going for a walk or a jog or something outside and feeling the sunshine and seeing the plants and seeing the animals and feeling textures and doing things like that. And in the story, the main character finds that and finds that simplicity of enjoying life. And I just kind of wanted to speak out about it a little extra in case, in case it becomes something that inspires people to like constantly search for one thing. I've driven down that road, so to speak, and found passions, and those passions can dry up sometimes. And honestly, that's just internal. That's not necessarily something that's like, oh, you missed your meaning, or oh, you did this or that wrong. I feel like that could be misleading. I feel like the message of this movie was wonderful, is wonderful. And I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say like how imperative it is for us to find our spark in everything, as every single step, so to speak, every single movement of our body, every single smile and laugh and interaction. That's that's the point of life, in my opinion, is to be so enlivened by every single action of life that every single extra action of life is just extra. Like, imagine if the very first time you saw your mom when you were born. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if that was the point of life. Just being born and seeing your mom. And everything else was extra after that. That would be pretty cool. That maybe is pretty cool. Maybe that is the point of life. Is just waking up and seeing our mom, and then everything we get after that's extra. I don't know. I don't know. Those are my thoughts on the movie. If you have not yet seen the movie Soul by Pixar with Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey and made by Disney and all those homies, then I would highly suggest watching it. And I would highly suggest thinking while you're watching it about the concepts involved. And there's a lot of really deep concepts. So maybe like watch it with homies and talk about it, because my friends and I uh, did just that, and I'm sure it would still inspire conversations. And it's made in general for kids. It's a Pixar movie, but it's wonderful. It's like it's not necessarily like it's a big movie, like big concepts involved. It's I don't it's as long as it is. I don't know how many minutes it is, but whatever. It's a good movie. So love you guys. Go watch the movie. Have a great day. Go hug your mom or text her and FaceTime her and all of your family, your mom, your dad, your cousins, your siblings, your grandparents, your everyone, and help them find their sparks in everything also. So, love you guys. Peace out. Peace. That was Hang Loose. Peace. We good. Love you. Outie.